Hello everyone, welcome back to Banished Radio with you here in Folsonville. We're going to take our speed back down to 5 for the time being, but as promised we're going to have our trader. He's coming right into town, and we're going to see what he has to offer. 5 seems so slow now, doesn't it, after running 10 speed for such a long time? This seems like he's slowly making his way to the dock. And what does he have? He has iron. Do we want some iron? I don't know that we do. I think we're okay on iron. Let's go quickly to our storage barn, our town hall. Check the inventory. We have 0 iron. We could really use the iron. Maybe, you know what, I think, here's what else we are going to do. Let's take this. Let's go and center that on the screen. And let's set up another hotkey for this. And that was in here. You go to the camera. Now, 1 is already set. And these go in the bottom keys. See, this is your Z key. This will be the X key, this will be the C, V, and so on. So spot number 2, we're going to set, is now going to be, so if you hit Z, we'll go right to Town Hall, bam, back to the trading post, because these are 2 places that we use quite a bit as far as getting to quickly. So, he has 50 iron, but he wants 6 apiece. That's more than I really want to spend. I'm going to dismiss him for now. Until we can get our firewood, which, wait just a minute. Oh, I already dismissed him, it doesn't matter. Let's go back to the town hall. We have 1,500 firewood. Holy cow, when did that happen? I couldn't be more excited. You know what we're going to do right now? We're going to go back here, and it's too late. We'll go ahead and move him along, but we're going to take our firewood. This is going to go up to, let's bring this up, let's just type it. Let's do 1,200 for now, because that's going to take 1,000 out of our storage, leaving us with still 500, and they'll get right back to work making more firewood. I sure am pleased about that. Here are our new pastures up here. How are we doing? Still 11 of 25 because we just put them in. No, we have 11 of 20 cows. That's excellent. Now, what else do we have going on? We have some extra laborers, and just as I say that, what happens every time? I'm going to stop saying we have laborers. You know this to be true. Every single time I mention that we have a laborer, somebody dies. One of our herdsmen died, unfortunately. We had people to replace them, but I am going to go ahead, bring in a new tailor and put them back to work. We've got the people to spare. We still have problems with our storage, produced goods capacity, blah blah blah. Let's take this down a couple. I haven't needed a lot of builders, even for the stuff that I'm building. We're not building a ton. We still have, I think we're doing, yeah, we're still catching up with the houses that we have now. At some point, and oh, look at our educated. 90% of the people now are educated, which means almost everyone has come through the system, and that's the way that we want this to go. Hopefully more. And somebody else died. I can't take it anymore. I just can't. It just feels like we're not producing them fast enough. Even though we have 76 people, it just didn't seem like we're producing them quite quick enough. I'm going to come down here and look at this at some point, too. I have so many different ideas. I need to focus on one thing at a time. Would you look at all the lumber we have there? Holy cow, that's a lot of logs. As a matter of fact, it is so many logs. Let's go ahead and let's get this building, because we need 100 logs and we need 45 stone. Let's see, what do we have in the way of stone? Inventory 15. We are definitely going to need to get some stone going on here, so we're going to have to send the laborers that we do have up here, and we're going to start clearing this area of stone. That's a pretty good chunk right there. That should be okay. We got that iron out of here, didn't we? Yep, we sure did. We have 5 laborers. This really shouldn't take too long to get that to happen. I'm contemplating not only a barn, but another market. I've seen this be sort of disastrous before, having 2 markets, especially in such a small town. You know what? No. Let's not do a market. But I was thinking if we bring a market into here, or even move the woodcutter to the edge, this could be kind of our new town square, and we can start building around the outskirts of it. In the meantime, we've already got the logs necessary, so as soon as we collect the stone, we'll start building our boarding house, just in case we get nomads. Now, why is it every time I say we have laborers, somebody dies, but I cannot get nomads out here to save our lives? We get traders quite quick, but we're just not getting the nomads that I would like to have. Looking up here, what do you think we should do with this area? This is interesting. We could pack some stuff back in here. We could also put some farms back in here. I want to start growing that way because there's such a big area, a big thing. 15 by 15 farms. I'm thinking maybe let's add a farm down here. Let's see how that's, well, let's see how it looks first. And by that I mean we'll go ahead and, what would I want? I want this, a crop field. So if we did one space off, we went right to the road here and did a 15 by 15. I want to see how far it comes down so we can add in a barn and we can add in houses. And I think that would actually look pretty neat. Do we put the barn behind it or in front of it, though? Well, let's find out how big a barn is. And let's rotate. No, I'm going to leave it as such. Because if I rotate it, I could rotate it this way and get some houses. If I go this far, that comes into, what, about that tree. I want to do just a touch of measuring. So right about here, I want to make sure I have a space. And now let's put a 15 by 15 in and see what that looks like. So going from about here, 15 by 15 takes us to there. And that's not bad. I kind of want some things to line up and other things I don't care nearly as much about. I think you've noticed that about some of my builds. I am really particular about certain things, but other things I'm not quite as bad. I think I want the crop field, although the buildings will look good right here, won't they? They really will. No, we're going to put the crop field here. Let's give it a one road spacing. Come over here, 15 by 15. And there we go. And then what we'll do is we're going to systematically start shutting these down and finding a new way to repurpose this. I might even, if it fits, move the market. I might move the market here because that's more of a central location, believe it or not, because I don't know that we're going to be expanding as much to the south as we are to the northwest here. And somebody died. I just feel the need to point that out. We still don't have nomads, but you bet your ass somebody died. Now, where were we? Okay, just speaking of firewood, we're already back up to almost 800. I'm not going to add any in here just yet. We have quite a bit with which to trade. Although I didn't check to see, and just as I went to go say we're going to check about, this is kind of getting uncanny. I was going to say let's check and see how many herbs we have because I wanted to up that. The damn herbalist dies. If it weren't for bad luck, we would have no luck at all. I swear to you. Our herbs right now are at 436 and holding strong. That means we haven't had to use a whole lot of them. And our herbalist is running at a fairly decent pace. The limit is 1,000. And she even, or he, I don't know if it's a man or a woman, they even managed to collect a couple of logs along the way, helping out the forester right next door. So that's very sweet of them. Well, we don't have quite enough builders. Now, I don't know if the builders are the laborers, and I probably have figured this out before, I had mentioned it before. This is such a big build, and it is being built. We're going to up our builders to 5. Get that going. This will be completed faster, ergo, this shall be completed faster. And I'm thinking I might put the barn in the back along this road. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. Aha, I had an idea. And a successful one at that. Let's take a road. Let's put the road right to the edge of... Yeah, right to the edge there. And then let's come in, and we'll probably pause this. We don't have to have them build it right this second. But I'm going to bring that storage barn right against this road and right against the field. And let's pause that. But that's where our storage barn is going to go. And we can still get a bridge to go over here, or we can bring one and wrap it through here. Either way, we'll be fine with that. How are we doing with our building here? I'm excited. Once I see a building start to go, I get a little excited. I don't know what it is. Well, I mean, I guess that's probably why we play city building games, isn't it? We really enjoy that sort of a thing. And especially these, look at the detail on the wooden planks and the floorboards here. That really is an outstanding job. The look of this game, if you don't stop every once in a while, I've said this before, if you don't stop every once in a while and enjoy some of the finer points of the games you're playing, you're missing out. You really, truly are. What do we have here? He's low on something. I'm assuming it's iron, would be my guess. Maybe he has some for us. We can actually trade a little bit for it, and that would be fine with me. Let's see what we have here from our happy trader. He has, unfortunately... Oh, he has chickens. No, he has chicken. Not chicken S plural. This is just the meat. This is not the fowl. So he doesn't have anything that we need. Unfortunately, we're going to go ahead and politely send him on his way so we can get to the next merchant as quickly as possible. And now that these pastures are gone, that opens this up. I'm actually thinking I might start to tear these down and respace them out. I think that might be what we're going to go with. Let me take a quick look again. We're catching up with homes versus families because, oh look, we just finished our big boarding house. Now, families won't grow in the boarding house. This is obviously only temporary housing. We do have enough people, though, and I'm going to do it. I don't even mind. I'm going to go ahead and say it. Let's add the hospital, or the doctor, I guess, and let's add a priest. Now, some of you might say pastor, some of you might say, I'm Catholic, so I say priest. And who do we have here that is jobless? Who are you? If I can I find you? All right, who are you and why are you jobless? Oh, you're the cleric. Okay, well, I'm still going to say priest because it's just the way it is. To me, clerics are, those are a little bit more Dungeon and Dragon-y. I expect clerics to, like, be able to not shoot fireballs. What do they like? Lay on hands and things like that, where they can. And of course, somebody had to die because I just assigned 2 jobs. That's okay. We have some spare people. I'm okay with it. Nomads have arrived in the town hall. Oh, God bless them. Let's see. What do we have here? How many do we have? 7. Welcome to Folsonville, little nomads. Welcome to Folsonville. And if you notice, there they are trekking right down the middle of the road. They don't have the homeless symbol above their head because this is where they're living. Actually, we have a few people living there. So now this is temporary, so we can actually start building some other homes. And I'm going to start doing that. I'm not going to get a ton right off the bat because I want to go a little slower building into the area that I know that I want to look a certain way. I didn't build out, especially here, I didn't build this out very well. I'm not very pleased with this. So the majority of this is probably going to change as we go, but that's okay because that's, I don't know, to me that's kind of fun too. Hopefully for you it is too. Let's pause the game. And we're going to leave this with no workers. We're going to change this in the winter. Let's go ahead, unpause this so we can start building the barn. And let's get another house in here. And did I you know what? I didn't leave quite the space I wanted to here, did I? Oh, yes, I did. I did have one space. It's almost like I planned ahead there. So we're going to tuck a house. Should I tuck a house in there? Yeah, why not? Let's tuck a home right in there. And that'll do that. Just to have some extra people, or extra places for people to live. Because when they have the children, when they're young like this, I want them to get into houses as soon as I possibly can because they make more people. So now we have 31 homes and 34 families. So we need... Well, we need 2 more homes outside of the one that I just built. So we're going to need 2 more houses. Where would I like to put them? Where would I like to put them? We could use some farmers' houses, I think. And, of course, somebody died. Let's put in a quick couple. Let's have the road. Should we have a dead end? Boy, a couple people have died, unfortunately. We could do this a couple of different ways. We could wrap this road behind and have it come through here. Or we could wrap it up front and have it come through. I think I'm going to do that. I think it's kind of an interesting look. It's right next to the barn. Do I want it right next to the barn? Well, what do we have here? We have room. Let's line one up here. And we've got room. Yeah, so this is... So either a space between... Let's do a space between the homes and not a space between the barns. Oh, I can't do it because of that little... Oh, no, because that's the barn. Oh, so this is packed in. Just so. Well, excellent. Let's grab our roads. Let's take a road right here, down to here, and over to here, and that. And we can, even if we wanted to, wrap it this way. So now we have access, a road access to both sides of that barn. And I'm very happy about that little area now. These are the way, this is the way. You know what, real fast, let's take a quick drink of some Builder's Liquid. Much better. This is the way that I should build. I should plan, and I do this a lot in SimCity, plan little sections at a time. Our food is dropping a little bit, and that's okay because we have new buildings going up, we have more people, and also because we have yet to hit our cap of cattle and sheep. That's okay. I'm not worried. We still have plenty. I'm not panicked, and we'll be fine with that. However, I don't want to expand too fast until, I should keep that in mind. Yeah, when in doubt, though, people will die. So, but I don't want to expand too fast until this starts to reach capacity. And now I'm very excited for winter to hit, so I can shut one of these down. And actually, you know what? I don't even have to shut one of those down. we have a new seed that we could plant here. Oh, no, we don't, because the plums were for trees, ding-dong. So, yes, we will be shutting. You don't put plums in a field. We are going to shut one of these down, move it over here, and eventually both of these will be over here. Maybe we'll kind of stagger them and move them around, and I don't know, make some... This out this way is going to be farmland. This is going to be farm country, and down here is going to be a little bit more town folky, and I think that'll look real nice. And yet, another merchant. That's not bad. I'm not worried about that. We've got stuff with which to trade, so we should be okay there. And something just occurred to me, and I'm going to tell you about it in a second. But let's see what he has to offer. Seeds. All right. So he's got potato, he has squash, and he has bean. Now, really, these don't matter which you go with. It's just a matter of what would you like. We can just go down the line, I suppose. Although potatoes always seems to be, I think, a mainstay in everyone's diet. So we can do potatoes. And we're going to trade mainly firewood. Or should I trade off these logs? Because these logs aren't doing anything. They don't trade for a whole lot. And by simply taking the logs, bringing them to a woodcutter and having them cut them, they double in value. So I think let's go ahead and get rid of all of our logs. Put 200 of those in there. And we still need a bunch more. Let's see here. Well, let's do 500 of these. Nope, that's not even enough. Boy, I was so on with my math. There we go. 700 is too many by 75 units, so we're going to make this 600, 668. Oh, I was so close. Let's try 670. Not close as I thought, huh? There it is. Boy, Rain Man, I am not. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's get the game. So we're going to take this one seed. We'll trade for that. Actually do another quick pause because we're at 518. I'm going to lower this to 600. And that'll be good. Okay, get the game rolling. That way we're not taking, again, too many of the supplies. But now we have seeds. We have potatoes. We have potatoes, seeds we can grow potatoes with. Let's go in here and let's actually tell him we no longer need potatoes now. Systematically, one at a time, we're going to make this happen. So now we've got potatoes. And we can plant a couple of different things here. This is ready to go. Obviously, somebody died, and we're not going to get this set, but our houses are ready. Look at that. I like the way this looks. They're touching a little bit. That's my fault for not paying attention to the model. I'm okay for that. You know, for now, that's just fine. We might start upgrading to stone houses at some point anyway. We've got... Oh, look at that. The doctor... How adorable. The doctor and the priest got together, and they happen to work right next door to each other, so they get to see each other all day long. That's very sweet. And we have a couple of young people here. We're going to have some kids coming in. We're definitely going to have some children coming down the pipe. Oh, the idea that I had. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking this area is going to be a perfect spot for our tavern. This is where we're going to build our tavern. Now, in the game you produce alcohol, and I'm assuming they actually kind of take it home. I don't know if the tavern works as a traditional bar that you and I would think of. However, I'm going to pretend in my game it does. This is where they're all going to come after a hard day's work, and they're going to hang out right at the point here, and they're going to have a few beers, and they're going to be able to enjoy the stream as it splits down here, and we're going to have a name for it, like maybe the Anchorhead Tavern or something. And they're going to come here and they're going to have some drinks, maybe watch the wildlife and say, hey, why don't we have a hunting cabin over here? Because clearly there's food. But that's where our tavern's going to be. And, oh, I don't have enough farmers. Look at that. I warned you about this before, but if you do not have enough farmers to make things happen, your crops will die off before you get a chance to harvest them. So that was bad. That was my bad. Let's go ahead and remove this structure anyway. Let's get rid of that. Oh, wow. Okay, so fields just go. There's no disassembly necessary at all. Okay. And over here, we're going to hit, and we're going to plant potatoes. Now, I don't know... How many farmers do we have? Let's up this. I want to have at least 7. If this was cabbage and this was potatoes, then that must have been... This, of course, was corn. So we're going to build another... do I want to wait? I am going to wait. Just a little while longer until we get some more people. Look at all the kids that just... Holy cow! Wintertime is baby making time in the town of Folsonville. And you know what it was? I'll tell you right now what it was. It was all that talk of putting the Anchorhead Tavern right over here. People got excited about having a few drinks, and we have got children. Yes, we have children. We still have less families than we do homes, but that's okay because with all those kids, they're certainly going to be growing into them soon enough. We reached the limit again with our tailor. Before long, we're going to switch because we are getting close. How much wool are we producing? Because we still produce wool. 36 wool last season, 48 the current season. I think we might start making the... Let's do the warm coats. Let's do the warm coats, and let's take it down to... No, let's leave it at 150 and see what happens. Worst case scenario, she will run out of material. Clearly we have enough leather to make that many coats because we've reached our cap several times, so we're going to find out how many sheep it takes to make 150 warm coats. So I'm here looking at our tavern, and I think I want it to face this way, because we generally look from the south to the north anyway, and we can rotate it around. I think we want to have it face this way. And it comes up, we can get it right there, about as close as we're going to go. I think we're going to go ahead and place it and pause it because we need some stone and some iron that we don't yet have, but I'm just happy about the placement. I am going to get a road in here right now as well because I need to start doing that a little more often. I'm pretty bad with putting in roads for my structures. So let's get a road there, and I think we will work with what we had here as it's running up the well, not the coast, but the cliff, the shoreline. And let's do a little zigzaggy deal there and have them start building that road. As a matter of fact, actually, I don't like quite how that came together. So, what do we do here? We do removal. So let's remove. No. Remove roads. This I want to remove. So let's remove these. And then I think I'm going to go in there and I'm going to manually do this, do this, do this, do that. There we go. That's more how I want it to look. We've got a nice step up. There we go. I'm happy about that. Something else that occurs to me, we only have one well. We are definitely going to need more wells. But again, it's a matter of stone. We have some laborers. Let's continue hauling out resources from this area. Let's get in here. And I sure hope this doesn't affect the wildlife. I don't see why it would, but I just want to make sure that it doesn't, because obviously that's a concern. We don't want to have... this hunting cabin produces, and it produces a decent amount, so I would hate to run low on food resource because I was taking too many stone. And look, we're planting potatoes. Excellent. I'm very excited about this. This will help get our food back up. We're not too low. I mean, we've got 6,000. I'm not going to panic. I mean, geez, we have under 100 people, especially now because Owen just died. One of our farmers just died. Somebody replaced him though, so we're okay. We've got labor, we've got builders. I don't want to say that too much. If I say it too much, I'm afraid we're going to have a bunch of people keel over and die. Our farmers know a herdsman, hunter, and a child are living here. I wonder where our farmers are now living. If I pause this and click on you, where do you live? Wow, that's not too terribly far. But we definitely need to start removing, at some point, some of these homes and bringing them in so people are closer to work. But I'm going to have to figure out where exactly I'd like to put them. As a matter of fact, that's what I'm going to do right now. So in the meantime, as a matter of fact, you can go into the comment section, leave me a comment, tell me where you think they might look good, because I am always up for suggestions, and let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if I've missed something, and feel free to give me any other opinions you just might have. And of course, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, tell your friends, tell your neighbors, and we're going to see you next time for another episode of Banished.